A light flashes from the pilot signaling the drop zone has been reached, and one by one the men hit the silk, followed by their weapons. In 3.5 seconds, the full load of heavy weapons is out of the plane, and quartermaster airborne soldiers jump out after them. After the drop, it takes 3 minutes to unlash a Jeep and drive it away, and the 105mm howitzer is ready for action in 20 minutes. More and more men arrive, quickly reforming and taking up the attack. In this way, the Army continues its fight, circumventing fixed enemy defenses and severe natural obstacles. By using parachute drops, fighting units cut off from the main fighting body can be kept fully supplied with food and weapons. The airborne combat team is a strong right arm that can stretch anywhere to deliver its Sunday punch. This is teamwork paying off. The Army of today, fighting a war of mobility, speed, and effectiveness, packing more firepower than any other nation in the world. Exchanging fire for flesh. The United States Army Combat Team.
That's your Army in action today, fighting with firepower and teamwork. Now we'd like you to meet Lieutenant Colonel Robert B. Pridgeon of Henderson, North Carolina. Colonel Pridgeon recently returned from Korea, where he served as a battalion commander for 13 months with the 17th Infantry Regiment of the Army's 7th Division. Well, Colonel Pridgeon, you can tell how our Army put this firepower and teamwork into action in Korea.
Yes, I sure can, Carl. We have the finest combat team in the world. It really makes our soldiers have confidence in the Army to look around them as they move into the attack, see tanks, infantry, everything we have moving right along with them.
Let's talk about our weapons. How did ours compare with the enemy's?
Well, our weapons are far superior to anything that the enemy has thrown at us to date. They are faster, they're more easily operated, more easily transportable, portable, more mobile. In fact, our weapons are far superior to any that the enemy has used.
Army aviation over there in Korea, this helicopter and the small plane, they were part of the combat team too, weren't they?
Well, yes, the helicopter has really a step in the right direction, I think. We used it in Korea, in my unit, primarily for evacuation. A man may be seriously wounded on a hill. If we had to use the normal litters to take him down, it would take a matter of hours. By calling for a helicopter, he's evacuated to safety and to an aid station or hospital in a matter of minutes. Also, they occasionally bring up mail and hot rations to the troops on top of those hills.
Well, certainly the helicopter was an important part of our combat team in Korea, wasn't it?
Yes, I saw that helicopter. I didn't have any experience with it. It's very good. It'll transport a squad and with equipment to the top of those hills. Whereas if the squad had to walk, it would take 6 to 10 hours. They can now get there in a matter of minutes.
Mm-hmm. And it takes a good deal of time to get up to the top of the hill over there, doesn't it? Especially when you have to fight your way up, Colonel.
It may take days, Carl, at times.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, let's talk about the methods of fighting. How did our methods compare with the enemy's?
Well, the enemy normally attacked at night. He attacked in waves, utilizing masses of troops. The first wave would be armed only with hand grenades. They'd come running up the hill, throwing grenades, screaming, blowing bugles, beating drums, anything to try and put fear in our people in the dark and make them run. They ran right into our machine guns with just get mowed down, keep coming.
Mm-hmm. It's quite a contrast. We have a good deal more respect for the individual soldier, haven't we? And that's why we use this firepower.
That's true. We utilize our firepower a lot of times in place of personnel.
Mm-hmm. Well, all in all, Colonel, how would you say this combat team worked out in Korea?
To a great advantage, Carl, due to the nature of the terrain in Korea. We could more effectively employ our weapons and personnel by breaking the units down to smaller combat teams and trying to employ them in a great force.
Thank you, Colonel. You've given us a good picture of how we put this teamwork and firepower onto the battlefield. That's the way we fight in a combat team. Units working together, welding their firepower into a great fighting machine that is your Army today. Thank you, Colonel Pridgeon, for being with us. Next week on Our Big Picture, we'll tell you about the Army's citizen soldier. We'll talk about the information and education program. We'll point out how this soldier of ours has become the best informed, the best educated soldier in the world today. This is Captain Carl Zimmerman inviting you to be with us then.